this is the third and final part of the problem for finding a permutation within a string. Just to go over that again, given a string and a pattern, find out if that string contains any permutation of the pattern. So for example, given this string here, it does have the pattern ABC because BCA is a permutation of that pattern. So previously I had rewritten this and then explored Go's built-in testing, and I was unfamiliar with debugging in VS Code, and so I looked into that and worked with it a little bit. Also was reading a little bit about Delve, the Golang debugger that's used under the hood, that VS Code is using under the hood. Yeah, anyway, so there's a good video by Golang Cafe on that, so I'll include that in the description. But other than that, I basically got all these tests passing, so this solution is done. This coding challenge is done here. I'm just going to go over my solution really quick again. Basically, I'm keeping track of the character counts within the current substring, and then checking if that substring is a permutation of the pattern. And the way to do that is basically if there's no I subtract a character from the character counts basically each time. And so if I run out of characters, then I have that pattern. So yeah, to start out with, I just want to make those hash maps. So I have one for the current substring, and then I have a reference one that is always going to remain the same. It just includes the characters within the pattern. So yeah, make those, and then I'm using a sliding window to go over the given string and to check for the permutation. So I want to keep track of the left and right index of that sliding window. I iterate over the characters within the string, and if that character is within the pattern, then I want to remove it from my character counts of that substring. So I remove it, and then if that the count of that character is 0, then I just want to delete that key and value pair from the hash map altogether. So later, when I check if I have if the current substring is a permutation, if the length of that hash map is 0, then I know I have a permutation. I also want to basically move the left side of the sliding window. So I want to add back in any characters for that like I had previously taken out. So like if it's starting to look like a permutation of the string of the pattern, you know, I have 2 of the characters of the pattern, but there's 3, and then I hit a character that isn't within the pattern, then I basically want to replenish the characters within the character counts hash map. So I basically iterate back over. Well, that's later. That's actually down here. This is just moving up the left-hand side by 1, incrementing it by 1. And so there's checking if I have a permutation, increment the right side of the sliding window, and then if the character is not within the pattern altogether, then I just want to replenish everything. So yeah, so basically just iterate over the current left and right, iterate over the indices of the current sliding window, and then just add those characters back into my character counts if they are a character within the pattern. And then to update the left and right hand indices, I just basically want it to be the one after the current right index, and they would both be the same. So yeah, that works. Test passed. That's good. And then again, I'll throw those resources in the description. Yeah,